Good afternoon. I apologize for the lighting. Let me just actually put up the message here. Paste. Lovely. Right. We wait a few seconds for everybody jump on. Tap all this thing.
Bring your neck. Nice. Should be nice. Nice.
And this is an interesting one for us to test. So this is a test for us to make sure.
It's quiet.
True, there's no music outdoors, nothing. That's good. Shanice the boss, good day.
Good day, Shanice, what's up?
If you notice at the topic, we're talking about Tribe, the Carnival band, which I think you all will really enjoy. Just an interesting perspective I have. So we're just waiting a few more minutes for people to join, but we'll go straight into the conversation, then upload this to our YouTube.
Put it there on top, okay?
Yeah, the topic there. So it's pinned. Actually, let me do this. And pin comments. Everybody who comments, they get to see it. Shanice, give us some details. Tell us what company you work for, if you're in sales, because that's always important for us. What's
So
the
we're
time
going
on?
straight, so we got
10 more seconds.
10 more seconds. So we'll go.
And then let me do this
Oh, we're
one.
good on time, so it's 2 minutes after.
Is it good? Let me do this one time. Right. Tours, Adana. Yes, good day. So
let me give you the thing, right?
Yes,
so
you give it.
I got a message from Jared yesterday. Super excited about today's topic. Now, unfortunately, as you said, we couldn't do yesterday because I was actually tied up with a client. But super excited about the fact that Tribe has much. How long did they launch?
7 days ago.
7
Actually,
days
they
ago?
launched back in July or June, but the official registration started 7 days, and they sold out in 7 days.
And they are totally sold out in 7 days. So here's the question that we're working with.
Yes.
What type of excitement and energy are you bringing to create that level of urgency and rush to sell out your business in 7 days? And I'll let Jared go with the whole methodology and mindset of this, and then we'll build an idea accordingly.
Because here's the thing. This is what has me excited about it, right? When Tribe announced, hey Abby, how you going? Hey Paper Addicts, how you going? When Tribe posted that they sold out in 7 days, I saw 1 or 2 persons in the services industry in sales posting about the fact that I wish people pay for the Carnival costume, but they won't pay for the insurance, or they won't pay for mortgage, or they won't pay to do this. Then another good friend on LinkedIn as well, which was Ramona. Ramona was talking about the fact that people was getting vexed at people who could pay for their costume, and she was saying, but if Carnival is your thing, then you shouldn't. That's exactly what it is. If sneakers is your thing, if playing basketball is your thing, if going on trips is your thing, that's just your thing.
Yeah.
But what I actually wanted to focus on more for a lot of persons is what they're not recognizing is the fact that Tribe is in a kind of, I won't say an anomaly. It's because they created something which I think no one else has been able to duplicate.
Right.
I think a lot of the persons are mistaken is the fact that you all are comparing yourself, which is, as they say, chalk and cheese or apples to oranges.
Yeah.
You're not in the same segment for you to compare.
Exactly.
And I think that's where you're getting confused. And the major underlying factor behind this is that you are not asking yourselves, how do your customers feel about your product or service? And look, people pay for their passion. Yeah.
And
Bottom line.
Passion ties into the main crux of the topic in relation to emotion. Now, I'm no Carnival person, right? Meaning that I would come out and I would look, but you wouldn't give me the bar costume. But it's always an admirable thing when I see band leaders and stuff creating that level of emotion, connecting it very, very well with the people. So you have bands that will sell out every single year. Tribe just being one of them new leaders of it. Right?
Look how fast.
In no time. Exactly. In no time, because guess what? They have already, as Jared and I were just discussing it, they've already created a legacy on an experience that always ties into people.
So full stop. And to me, that's the key thing that I took more. Just shout out to Abby. It's sideways because my head is big. 2 heads can't fit into one when it's in the other mode. So that's why you have to play it sideways. It's a running joke. Right, but here's the thing, right? So Abby said yes, believe it. So here's the thing that you need to recognize. A lot of persons are paying because they're paying for the experience.
Yes.
I personally think, yes, the product is the Carnival costume.
Yes.
But the service is what they're paying for, which is the entire experience.
The overall experience, the service that they get, and of course the emotion of Carnival in itself.
And that's what we want to emphasize to you guys. Are you thinking about the emotion and logic when it applies when the customers buy a product or service? Because here's the thing, emotion always comes first before you buy something. Then
That's
logic
correct.
comes into play after.
That's
Because
correct.
you all know me, when I see something yellow, I
He's
get hyped.
excited,
If
yeah.
you see something for basketball,
Blue, yeah,
or blue,
basketball, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
we all have something that's a trigger for us. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of us are understanding what the trigger and what the emotion is for our customers. So for example, Keston just joined. Keston is in the car industry. I remember we were speaking to some of the persons in Ford, and they
Right.
mentioned like one of their particular vehicles, the reason why customers bought it, particularly women, was because it's red.
Yes.
That is not logic.
That's an impulse.
That is impulse.
That's an impulse
That's
buy.
an emotion.
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourselves, what is my product conveying to customers? And you need to ask the customers, what do you feel, or what is the first word that comes to mind when you hear about my product or service? And if it's not something positive, you need to ask yourself, what's the hype that I'm creating? And I use the word hype loosely because that's what Tribe has done with their excellent marketing and everything. What's the hype that I'm creating to get my customers excited about the product and service?
And that ties into your B2C
Yep.
and also your B2B, because even when you're looking at B2B sales, I'm sure that there are certain tech solutions, there may be one particular feature in your tech solution that will get an IT manager, CTO, or CIO super excited to say, hey, that's where we want to be taking that.
Let's call the person quick. Let's get a
Yeah.
meeting set up to find out more.
Yeah, exactly. But you are the person that needs to identify that. You
Right.
understand? And you, once you identify that, you milk it. You keep talking about it until the buzzword doesn't exist anymore.
That's correct.
You understand? So if it is that you've really identified that this is what all of the customers really jumping into, then you do that. And then what happens from there? It goes like a wildfire. Because one
Full
person will tell
wildfire.
the next.
Hey, Orange Business Group, JP, good day. JP's across the road from where we are right
Right.
now. So here's a quick thing that we also want to mention to everybody as well. Tribe also has a key thing that's playing in factor for them, which a lot of us don't have in our business, which is why we need to understand it. Tribe has scarcity to consider because they don't have an unlimited number of places in their band.
That's correct.
So and everybody knows when they create that need for scarcity, everybody wants
Everybody
a
wants
product
to
or
get it.
service more. It could be on a one-on-one basis. So like for
Correct.
example, let's look at something simple. Imagine you trying to meet with a customer and you trying to say your calendar open. Do you know you have a higher chance of booking the customer when you actually say, listen, I only have Tuesday 12 to 2 and Wednesday 3 to 4 available on my
That's
calendar.
correct.
Because that shows you're in demand.
In demand.
If you have your space open up, then the customer has all the leverage in.
Exactly. They say, well, I'll check you back next week. And that in itself for you also sets a bad precedent for you.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you actually mentioned that because it is a little bit of a technique that I use.
Yep.
I give customers 2 specific dates that I said, listen, these are the 2 best dates. We can have this conversation.
Yep.
You understand? So we need to be able to create a certain level of excitement, urgency in relation to what the things that we actually sell.
Yep.
But we have the ability of doing that once we understand as to what are those triggers. Now, mind you, the trigger for Jared is different from the trigger for me. Yellow, blue.
Yep.
You understand? But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to find out what that is.
Correct.
And again, if it is just jumping back into the B2B side, I think we've already always had the discussion when we're looking at identifying the different people in your org structure. Remember, your finance person has a different trigger.
Finance has a
Understand?
different, everybody has
IT
different
has a
triggers.
different figure, operations has a different trigger. So it's your responsibility to identify as to what those triggers are and you work it accordingly.
Yeah, so ask yourself, 1, what is my product or service? 2, what am I doing to let people know about it?
That's
3,
correct.
how do people feel about it when I call them? Because I know we always give the standard examples like insurance and a couple other things. When they call, people don't feel the best about
Right.
it. And again, how am I communicating?
Communication, that's
Because that's all Tribe does, is that they communicate so well. Imagine they had a huge band launch for all their, because remember it's about 7 different
remember
bands.
that, yeah.
They had one big band launch, then they build up the hype of the date, and then sold out in 7
And
days.
I think you just mentioned to me that there is a section that they have not announced as yet that's already
Yes.
sold out.
So here's the secret, which proves to the fact of the experience. They have a section that's launching that's sold out. No one has seen the section yet, but they said it's advertised to these type of students. Let's talk about something which just came into mind, and now I remember that I had it written down. They have created an ease of process.
Yeah, correct.
So how easy is it for your customers to get in contact with you, to get a meeting, to get your product or service? Because for everybody, they might complain about, oh well, it's a committee members to know this, to know that. It have a process though.
That's a process.
That's a process.
Yeah.
And if you don't know if you just that you don't have a process for your customers that is clearly identifiable and visible, then you need to put that in place for your
Now,
business.
I'm seeing Abigail saying she
Yes.
used the word trick. It's actually not a trick.
Not a trick.
You understand? It's
I
actually
say a
not
tactic.
trick. It is a tactic. It is a strategy. It is part of your strategy as it relates to sales. So it's really not a trick, because a trick is something that people get onto, and then of course there's no guarantee that folks are always going to fall for that trick. Again,
Correct.
you understand where I'm coming from? But if it's part of your strategy, and as Jerry just mentioned, if it's part of your process, then you're going to recognize the fact that we are making it easier for customers. We keep building the hype.
Yep.
Then then life is easy. It's easy for you. It's easy for them. Now, once it's easy for your customers, you're going to realize you're in greater demand. Your demand is and to the point where you may have a problem.
Yep.
Because you cannot meet the demand, which is a good problem to have.
Excellent problem
You
to
understand?
have.
It is a good problem to have, because you don't want to now be where you don't have any demand, and you have to keep consistently reaching out to customers.
So, again, we keep asking, and for everybody who now joined Canteen Fire Fitness, a section, a couple others, we're talking about the fact that the Carnival band tribe was sold out in 7 days, and what a lot of persons are doing is the wrong comparison by saying, for example, not gimmick either. Nope, not gimmick.
Correct.
Gimmick and trick is the same thing. Not gimmick.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the band Carnival tribe has been
Yeah.
able to sell out simply because they have consistently implemented a lot of things in their band.
Right. And,
so, yeah.
and just to add to this, to understand that, remember, tribes started somewhere. And every time that they started, so from when they started, every year they got better. So they didn't just reach here. You understand? They started and they kept implementing their processes. They kept implementing new things in relation to these services. We know that initially tribe was just tribe, but now you have tribe and you have
A
this
whole
and you
bunch
have
of
all
others.
these other different things.
And even though they
To
had all
me-
these other things, they still kept the
still-
excitement for their meat, what they
The
started
core.
off with, their bread and butter.
Yeah, So that's the main thing that I think for all businesses, even ours,
Yep.
right? We have to generate a certain level of
Excitement.
uniqueness, right? That customers will want to be a part of, and of course, when you do get an opportunity, guess what they have to deliver.
And you have to create scarcity.
Yeah.
It might sound bad, but you have to create scarcity with your product, because I think one person don't understand is that when you create scarcity, it also adds a premium to your price.
Correct.
Because let's look at all the top brands in the world. So like if you look, for example, like when they talk about the Hermes bag or certain types of models, and when they bring out a limited amount in anything, the price skyrockets.
Goes up. Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
It's because
Yeah.
a lot of people are just
Scarcity.
trying to get
Yeah.
scarcity is the factor.
All
So-
of a sudden, that seems to now be something that you must have, or something that you need to be, you need to be part of.
Yeah. So when you look at it, guys, just remember, you're seeing tribe doing this, and a lot of you are doing the comparisons and saying, well, persons not willing to take hardcore in the real things that's important in life. But you have to ask yourself, are you creating the messages necessary for your customer to have the emotion
Yeah.
to make the buying decision? Because the logic will always come after. And I'm not saying you have to get a hype emotion like what tribe is selling you on, but it's the emotion of, hey crap, why haven't I done this? Why haven't I taken charge of this?
Right.
Right?
And I would want to make one point of note here to my folks, specifically in the financial services sector, because
Yes.
that's where I see the comments coming from. Knocking a customer because they have figured out they are investing in something that they want to invest in is not the best approach. And this has nothing to do with tribe. I'm just saying that. I'm saying it because we see it. So people might say, oh, you could spend money on a costume, but you wouldn't spend money on life insurance. Yeah, I understand your point. But
The
at
latest,
end of
the
the day-
latest one I saw was where a fella came up to a girl, he said, I have a car, I have a house, I have my degree, and she's like, they have no life insurance, and she didn't accept the proposal. Like, all of it.
what I try to say is there is a way that you can actually now, you see through education, you can now, the more you make people aware, you will see the demand for that growing up, because
Yep.
that in itself has its own place, but you can't compete with that around Carnival time. You understand?
Yeah.
What you could do, you could try to align your services to say, hey, while you're going out and handling all your stories, make sure that in the event that something happens while you're out there, a truck run over your foot, if you understand where I'm coming from, try to align your product or services as a cautionary thing to say, hey, as you're going out there, make sure that you have these things covered. Life insurance handles that fit.
Financial services, just to wrap it up, because you summarize what it is, the key things that you should be doing. I just realized, you know why? And Mike Weinberg helped me realize this just now. Here's the issue, right? That's really big. And yes, you're correct, Abby. As a psychology hack. That's a better way to say it.
Right.
Here's the key thing I just realized. Tribe makes it about their masqueraders. All the messaging and everything is about the masqueraders.
It's everything.
Let's put it in it just because I know we spoke about the persons in financial sector. When you see an ad go out in the papers about people who reach $1 million round table, who just put the agent, they don't pay customers.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So,
Agent of the month, yeah, but the agent didn't get there unless
he had the customers.
As a matter of fact, there is one, I can't remember her name, something Kisu. There is
a couple
one
others
agent
do it, very few,
is doing it. She actually shows when people are actually signing off the documents. You understand? And sometimes the last one I saw is that the person was signing off the documents and the son or daughter was right there with her, which I think was really, really cool. And then her caption was on point because it was all about the customer. Right?
So always about the customer.
So yes, so if it is that you find people spending stuff and not in your services, and that goes across the board too, right? Because you have people who might say, yeah, but they'll go across and buy something and they wouldn't buy here. Why? You understand? So yeah, that's just a little bit of a side note, but the main point is really tribe and the level of agency.
So let's as we summarize it, so thank you everybody for joining. It's not always about hype.
Nope.
It's more about consistency.
Yes.
It's more about the
value.
experience.
Yes.
The value. The ease of transaction.
Processes.
Right? Are your processes in place to get your customers hype about doing business with you? And if you don't have that in place, you can't compare yourself to people who are. What you can do is learn from what people are doing.
Correct.
Not throw the jabs to say, look what people doing, but they ain't doing this.
Yeah.
Wrong way. You might actually turn off some customers.
Yep.
So that's just our point of view. Tell us what you think about it. And for those of you who are now joining, sorry you missed it, but check out the pinned comments.
Check it out.
And this will be up for the next 24 hours and we're uploading immediately to our YouTube page. So definitely check it out. Thank you, Abby, for staying on. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you, TK, and our senior on. And for everyone else, Japol, L, Fire Fitness, we'll chat to you all on the next live.
Peace.